Hey, want to know how bad the water crisis on Earth really is? Take a look at this map. The darker the color, the more likely it is that there's going to be severe water shortages in the coming years. And as you can see, it's getting worse. We've done a lot of videos on the water crisis, but today we're gone. Take a look at one report that lays it all out for us. This report comes from the non-profit organization called the Nature Conservancy and was written by two researchers, Brian Richter and Philip Williams. It was published in June of 2021 and is titled Water: Security for a Sustainable and Equitable World. It's a dense technical read, but the data and maps are really eye-opening. I'm just gonna hit the highlights here because there's too much to cover in one video. First off, they predict that by 2050 there will be a 50% reduction in water availability per person worldwide. That's a big problem. They also predict a 14% reduction in the global economy due to water stress. In other words, if current trends continue, we won't have enough water to support our agricultural, industrial, and domestic needs, and that'll cost us a lot of money. The report divides the world into 4 categories based on water availability and population growth. The first category is where things are okay. There's enough water to meet projected demands. Globally, this covers about 20% of the population. Category 2 is where things start to get dicey. There's not quite enough water to go around. About 37% of the global population lives in this category. The report calls this group the water insecure. Then there's Category 3, where water demand exceeds supply by more than 50%. About 29% of the world's population lives in this category, and things are get really bad. The last category includes places where water demand exceeds supply by more than 100%. These areas are labeled as extremely water scarce and make up the darkest red areas on the map shown earlier. Globally, about 12% of the population lives in this category, but that percentage is growing every year. Here in the United States, things don't look good either. According to the report, by 2050, 66% of us will likely face water shortages. As you can see on this map, the entire West will likely face water insecurity, with much of it becoming extremely water scarce. California, which already has severe drought problems, is ground zero for this problem. By 2050, the entire state will likely be extremely water scarce. Much of the rest of the country will also face severe shortages, with the Ohio River Valley and the Florida Peninsula being the hardest hit outside of the West Coast. Only the Great Lakes region and the headwaters of the Mississippi River will likely have enough water to meet demands. So what's causing this problem? The main drivers of this problem are population growth and climate change. More people means more demand for water, and as the climate continues to warm, that'll reduce the supply. According to the report, population growth alone will increase water demand by 55% above 2000 levels. Climate change will reduce water availability by 20% below 2000 levels. So the two combined will create a 30% increase in water demand by mid-century, and that's assuming that we can keep things from warming up even more than that. If you want to learn more about this topic, I encourage you to check out the report. There's a link in the description. Once you read it, come back here and we can discuss it in the comments section. As usual, thanks for watching. If you like this kind of thing, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. If you want to help support the channel directly, consider becoming a patron. The link is in the description. I'll see you next time.